Good morning. This is Sri here again to give the recap of day 3 of the India and Australia second test match in Delhi. What a collapse it was for Australia. This match was evenly poised after the day 2 play. Australians fought back pretty well. They lost only 1 wicket. Their intention was very clear. They started scoring runs very quickly at a rate of 5 runs and over. And it seemed Australia was poised for a huge total, and India would have had a tough task chasing a large total. Anything over 250 would have been pretty tough on this pitch. But as it seemed, Ashwin struck in the first few minutes of the game, getting Travis Head caught behind of Shrikar, and that proved to be a very important wicket for India. Very soon, Steve Smith, who came in, fell to a sweep, and this would be the story of the second inning for Australia. Ashwin and Jadeja were the only 2 bowlers who operated the entire day. And Australia, which once looked very well settled at 65 for 1, the collapse was on. They would either reverse sweep and not able to read the line and length, and Jadeja and Ashwin continued to tear down the Aussie batting attack. Australia fell to 114 runs, and that seemed to be, from an Australian point of view, a chance that they have lost in this series. I think Australia had this match if they had approached in a much more sensible manner than trying to reverse sweep on a low pitch, especially against 2 quality bowlers, Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja. Jadeja was the pick of the bowlers, taking 7 wickets, while Ashwin got 3 wickets. One stroke, that would be Pat Cummins, probably faced 2 balls and then went for a huge shot and then got bowled out, and very responsible shot. But it was not just him. Alex Carey tried to reverse sweep. So the story again for Australia is very simple. Their approach when they came into the day was, how can we reverse sweep the Indian bowlers out of the attack? And it failed miserably because both Jadeja and Ashwin did not, their line and length was impeccable. They kept going at the batsmen, and the batsmen continued to make mistakes one after another. And even towards the end, even their tailenders were trying to reverse sweep Jadeja when they could have stuck around a little bit, trying to nudge 1s and 2s. So one of the things that I heard reading articles from very senior Australian cricketers like Alan Border and even Matthew Hayden doing the commentary, were pretty much upset at the way Australia approached the second inning and giving India a much easier target to chase in the 4th inning than 250. India started their second inning. Rohit clearly was the pick of the batsman. He started stroking the ball pretty well, but Rahul again failed to get more than more. He managed like 1 run, and this is going to be an interesting series. He got retained for 3rd and 4th test. This is mind-boggling that a player of his caliber is given this many chances. I would really think Gill should be in for Rahul, but we will save that for another day for the preview of the 3rd test. But the story here is the Indian batsmen continued to get their runs quickly. but also lost wickets. Rohit was out for a run out for a unnecessary second run that was not needed. Virat Kohli stepped up and then got stumped. This is the first time in his career he actually was stumped, which is kind of it's an insane statistic. And then Shrikar and Pujara steadied the ship. They were able to put on valuable runs. Shrikar really went after the bowling, hit a six, a couple of fours, and when hometown hero Pujara hit the ball over the boundary, India had completed a great victory of 6 wickets. So that means that India has now taken a 2-0 lead in the Border Gavaskar trophy. They cannot lose the series from here on. They retained the series. They still have a long way to go in terms of qualifying for the World Test Championship in June. Australia still has the upper edge there. There is still some matches left from Sri Lanka and New Zealand to determine who would be the top 2 nations to play in Lords. But for this time, India bounced back very well. The entire test match, Australia had the upper hand in the first day. Again, they did have the upper hand for the middle part of the day. The second day, India was able to even their odds. Australia, again, towards the end of the second day, increased their chances of victory. But then Indian bowling attack and Australia's approach to the game made sure that they would not win another series in India. It's been about 19 years, and the drought continues for Australia. Clearly, India was a better side, and they go in with a lot of confidence in the third test, which is still 10 days away. So there's a lot of thinking for Australian captain and the selectors to mull about. I think this is a very this would go down as one of the worst defeats, because the way the wickets fell, at one point it was 4 wickets in almost like 11 balls. So I think it is Australia has to look in the mirror and see what they can do to come back and give some kind of a fight back to India. India is riding on a high. Australia's confidence is shattered, and let's see if they can bounce back. So again, this was a great series win for India. Jadeja was the player of the match. Kudos to him. And India is riding high, and we'll see in the third test. So thank you for listening, and it has been a wonderful test match so far. Thank you.